Hi, everyone, and welcome to Adobe Live. We're live on Behance. How are you, Corey?
I'm good. How are you?
Well? Yeah.
There's my face.
And this week, it's all about illustration and digital painting. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Sebe. Hi, Edith. Are all joining us in the Behance chat. So they will ask you questions about your work. Yeah, don't hesitate to be active. And so you will work in Photoshop today, Illustrator. You do a little bit of 3D.
Yeah, I do some 3D. I was thinking today I would mostly just be working on the figure, and then tomorrow I could do a little demo on the Illustrator 3D thing that I do for backgrounds.
Cool, awesome. So yeah, if you want to check Carrie's work, maybe we can check your website now. How would you describe your work?
It's I don't know, gritty.
Yeah.
Textured. I try to make it very textured. Definitely has a true crime kind of feel to it. I get a lot of those jobs of something bad happened in the news and then I have to illustrate it.
Yeah, very dramatic. With the lights, yeah. I love this one. This is the one we use for the background.
Yeah. A lot of people responded to that one very well.
Awesome. Oh, and we have a new one.
Yeah, that was for Fast Company. That was It's like Netflix is going to have a streaming war with Disney. So it's the Stranger Things kids.
So we have Rosina asking, can you show us how you add texture? Yeah, I'm sure he will cover that
in
the process.
Sure.
So Corey will be live for 2 hours. He will be back tomorrow and on Thursday. So 6 hours of work live. We also invite you to work. So if you go on behance.net/live, to work, to create. So we have a contest tab. Make sure to click on the contest tab and follow the rules. So we want you to use Photoshop or Illustrator CC. We're celebrating the 2018 version that we just released 3 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, I was messing around with it over the weekend.
Yeah,
it's
like
awesome. I love it, yeah.
Yeah, cool. And today is a tribute to Roman's work. So Roman was with us. He was the first guest of the day. We want you to import a bag, draw on top of the bag. So the theme is bags, so just share bags. But it's an opportunity to win a Creative Cloud subscription 1 year during this show, because at the end of the show, Corey, I will ask you which one you prefer and invite you to select the one you prefer, okay?
I will be fair.
And be active in the chat. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Like Mitch saying, Mickey is the shadow monster. Yeah, you see.
Mickey, yes, that's Mickey.
that's the shadow monster.
He's
so don't hesitate
those
to
poor children.
Yeah, be active, because we give away also to someone. We randomly pick someone in the chat who has been active, and we give away a print. It has been made by Robzilla, Jingwei, and Christine Herring, made live during the show on Adobe Live.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's printed on art paper, and we'll pick someone in the chat, and you will receive it here.
I love that Mr. T.
Ah, the Mr. T, yeah, he was. It was great. Pity the fools. Yeah, I remember Rob saying that. Hi, Ariel. Thanks for watching. So, yeah, let's start, okay?
Okay.
So what is your plan? Do you have something in mind?
Yeah, so I was just going to do a little character scene, I guess. I don't know, just a little slice of life kind of thing. My plan was to kind of do the figure first and show you my process for doing figures, and then I think tomorrow dive a little deeper into how I do 3D backgrounds using Adobe Illustrator.
Cool.
And then how I kind of assimilate all the things in Photoshop.
Awesome.
So yeah, usually I start with a little sketch and a little thumbnail. I'm past that point. I actually did a lot of prep work beforehand because I knew I wouldn't be able to do.
Usually, how long does it take to work on an illustration?
It depends on the illustration, how simple or complex it is. A lot of times I'm making backgrounds from scratch, and that can be time consuming. I've gotten really fast at it, so where it used to be kind of a thing I was overcoming learning, now it's just kind of secondhand nature. So I to answer your question, I guess 8 hours for one illustration usually.
Okay. So yeah, you have 6 hours live with us, but then you will also answer a question from the chat, review your contest entries. So yeah, it's good that you did some prep work. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
So you rendered some 3D elements?
Yeah. So this is actually what's on the screen now, this was using Design Doll, which is like a pretty cool application that works really well as like you know those like wooden dolls that like artists use for reference? It's a lot like using that, but in 3D, and it's very like customizable and posable. So if you want to get like interesting angles or like weird lines and like forms to have as like reference, it's really helpful.
Oh, cool. So do you use it as a reference for the lights, the structure?
Yeah, I use it just, it's like more information to have. The more like reference you have, the better your image is, I would say, just because like you're gonna have like a lot of like sources to pull from. So I also have, I took some reference photos that I'm gonna be like incorporating later
Cool.
of my partner to get an idea for like clothing and sense of self. And then I have like
There's someone on the chat with Corey's #1 fan. Her name is Sarah, apparently.
Hi Sarah.
Hi Sarah, thanks for watching. Hi Munir. Hi Ahmed, thanks for joining.
I was best man at Sarah's wedding.
Oh,
Very exciting.
only the best.
Cool. So yeah, I took some photos of my partner for like, to get like even more like information for reference.
Cool.
It's always good to have like lots of reference in my experience.
Interesting. So you create a kind of mood board of references.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. And then I just kind of like sketch out the figure and like feel it out.
Okay.
It's good to like try and be as loose as you can at this stage, just because it's like you want to get as many shapes as you can. This is so weird. I've like never streamed before, so this is.
Yeah, you will see.
I feel like I'm
On the
like,
first day it's weird, but then you will get used to it.
I'm like rubbing my head and patting my tummy early.
So Nathan is asking, is it Adobe Fuse? No. So to render the 3D model, you use Cinema 4D or? What do you
Yeah,
use?
I know that Photoshop actually has like 3D capabilities, and I think that I could do.
You could do some
like,
rendering.
The same thing.
And there is an app called Adobe Fuse in Creative Cloud, which is all about people, 3D models, and that are already rigged, so you can adjust the pose that they have, and then start from here. So this is something you could check. Okay, so you start
Yeah,
sketching.
what is isn't there another 3D program that's like coming out?
Yeah, there is a new one called Dimension.
Dimension.
Which
Yeah.
was released. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
to place a
watching-
3D model on top of a picture and make it look realistic in terms of light and rendering.
Yeah.
We were
was
live
watching for the-
last week. Oh, you watched last week?
Yeah, the
With
product design
packaging
thing.
one?
Yeah. Oh, that was so good.
Oh, cool.
I really liked the renders that the host was doing. That's cool.
And so again, we invite you to create and share. So the theme is of the day is biking. You can check the contest tab. It's inspired by one of Roman's illustration that he did for a public bike company. And he won a bike in
awesome.
exchange. Yeah, so that's funny. So maybe I can share with you. We have one entry that has been shared by Julie Macmillan. And this is exactly the type of work that we expect. So you
that's
import
beautiful.
a picture of a real bike, and then you create your illustration on top of it. Very good.
Some photo collage.
Good job, Julie. We'll see at the end of the show. We'll ask Corey the one he prefers, and maybe you can win a Creative Cloud subscription. So stay tuned. Hi, Ludwig. Yeah, French accent spotted. Yeah, I confirm. It's Corey. Corey is French.
I'm the French.
Yeah, he's a French one. So tell us more about yourself. Like, where are you from? What do you do?
Where am I from? I'm from State College, Pennsylvania, which means nothing to most people. That's where Penn State is. That's a good reference point. I grew up there, and I went to Penn State, and then I went to University of the Arts for illustration after that. And that was great. They're a great school. I definitely, if you want to go to art school, definitely recommend University of the Arts. I think actually a class at University of the Arts is watching this.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat.
Pressure's on.
Say something if you're watching from a school, a design school. Bruno is asking for how long do you illustrate professionally?
How long have I? I guess I started like.
There is Ted College represent the collected works. We have some. Yeah, we have some.
Yeah,
people
that's
there.
my friend Justin.
Yeah.
I was the best man for Justin.
So yeah, when did you start working as a professional illustrator?
I think I've been doing this for 2 years.
2 years? Wow.
2 or 3 years, yeah. Yeah, I hit the ground running after I left school just because I had like a lot of anxiety about whether or not I'd be able to make a living as an illustrator.
Yeah, I guess.
So I think I was overly ambitious, or maybe just the right amount of ambitious. I don't know.
So in terms of device, so today Corey is working on a Cintiq, on a Mac Pro with a Photoshop CC 2018. So he's directly sketching on the Cintiq. As you can see here, you have your badge. Maybe you. We know your name. That's fine.
So no one throws me out of the building.
Usually on which device do you sketch, or do you sketch on paper? Like, what do you prefer?
I pretty much just go straight to digital. Sometimes I'll sketch on paper just because I feel like it can be like a little looser. But for the most part, I just use Cintiq to do all my sketching.
Yeah, plus design. So Cintiq, yeah, it's the 22 HD.
This is what ends up happening a lot is I have all these like wonky proportions as I'm like
Yeah, when you
feeling
start.
this out. Yeah. I'm being very vulnerable with everyone. Showing them this.
Thorborn, you can use any bike. Manu, if you design a bike, find a way to export the image in the cloud and just copy paste the link in the chat. We'll be happy to review your work. Mariam is asking what is your favorite pen or tablet? Or
Yeah,
if you have one.
Cintiq's
Yeah?
like great. I had a studio mate with a Cintiq, and before I was using their whatever
Bamboo, the Intuos
not-
Pro.
Yeah, the Intuos Pro.
Intuos Pro, yeah.
And it just felt like night and day. It was so cool, like being able to actually draw on a surface.
Hi Adriana, thanks for watching. Tough question for you. What is your favorite tool in Photoshop or Illustrator? Oh, do you prefer Photoshop or Illustrator? If you have just to pick one.
If I had to pick one, well, I love working in Illustrator. I think that I wouldn't be able to do what I do with just Illustrator, though. I think I'd survive if I had just Photoshop, but
Yeah.
I don't think I would with just
But you really use
Illustrator.
both, yeah, in your workflow. So yeah. Come back tomorrow. We'll see how he's using Illustrator and how also using 3D in Illustrator.
Yes.
It's not easy.
What's that?
Not easy. 3D in Illustrator.
Mm-hmm. You have to press to do the F keys.
To access the F keys?
I have like a shortcut that just like flips it.
Oh, to flip the canvas? Yeah.
Just do that.
So why do you flip? It's for...
Just because like it's like seeing it for the first time again, and you can spot a lot of mistakes that you might have missed.
Like a fresh new eye on what you draw. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So as I'm drawing this, I really like this line. So I think I'm gonna emphasize that.
So you are using your own brushes, right?
They're some I made. They're just like simple like round brushes. For the most part, though, when I like actually start finishing a piece, I like use Kyle brushes.
Kyle brushes,
they're the best ones.
Yeah. So maybe you missed that. So 3 weeks ago, we announced that Kyle brushes are available to all Creative Cloud members now.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's so cool. I'm glad that they're like integrated because
it's super easy to access. Maybe we can show to our friends how to access it. If you go in the window menu, and you click on brushes. So that's the new brushes menu where you can sort your brushes and stuff. And if you go in the little menu, contextual menu in the top right corner, very tiny one, you have get more something. Get more brushes.
Get more brushes.
Yeah. So it will then you will jump to the Adobe.com website and you click on the brush that you need. The watercolor one, the mega pack to get all kinds of brushes. And they magically appear directly in Photoshop CC.
Rake brushes.
Yeah, boom.
That's so cool. I'm so excited. I wish I could just spend all day doing that.
Oh, Pete is asking what brushes. So Kyle's brushes is the code name, I would say, for the brushes of Kyle Webster, who is a Photoshop brush maker for years, always pushing the boundaries of Photoshop to create new brushes, but he just joined Adobe a few weeks back, and part of the deal was that all his brushes are now available for Creative Cloud members. Does these brushes work for Illustrator too? No, IB. They work for Photoshop. Illustrator brushes are vector brushes, super different. And yes, Alexandre, Kyle is a guru. He was live with us several times on Adobe Live. Kyle Webster.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's great. Kyle's a really good illustrator.
Because his brushes are also available on iPad in Photoshop Sketch. So he was showing us how to use
that's awesome.
these brushes. Yeah. We also did something cool together. It's he took the real old brushes of Edvard Munch, the painter of the Scream.
Yeah.
Sure. So we had access to the real brushes of Munch in Norway. And he reproduced the brushes in Photoshop and gave them to the community. So we had a funny contest where the participants would have to create their own version, like a new version of the Scream in 2017.
That's so cool.
We had some very good entries. So Laura, why do the brushes I create in Capture don't work in Photoshop? So Laura, when you use Adobe Capture to create a brush, you need to specify the destination of the brush. Is it an Illustrator brush, a Photoshop Sketch one, or a Photoshop one? So make sure that you select the type of brush as Photoshop. Zara, there is like in this new brushes panel, it's brand new. You can sort them, you can group them and stuff.
Someone say something.
Yeah,
funny.
the lines making a joke about like, what did you have to do to get him to work for Adobe, like Kyle? Was there kidnapping involved? No, it was.
You had some dirt on him.
Much easier. Kyle works with Adobe like for years. So.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who doesn't use Kyle's brushes, except a pixel artist that I know, but he's making pixels.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's very good. Shout out to Clement Paintbread on Twitter. Very good pixel artist.
So Lara, you were asking what is the option capture? This is called the styles. In the styles of the brush, look at the icons. You need to see the Photoshop icon in the style of your brush with capture, okay? Sarah say, thank you, that's an awesome update. Yeah, big one for digital painters and illustrators.
Yeah, definitely.
So Bruno is asking, are you going to vectorize this character? Like, do you turn it into vectors, or do you just?
I've done that. Probably not.
It's not your process here.
It's mostly the background that ends up being.
Yeah. So it's more like tomorrow. I think you will add the. What do you mean? Like the illustrator, you will do buildings, like the backgrounds, city environments. Yeah. And then you will add some texture in Photoshop, I guess. Make it gritty.
Make it gritty.
The Corey's look.
Gritty and dark. The Corey look. Yeah. Are people submitting stuff for the contest?
Oh, I'm sure. Oh yeah, we have a cute new one by Art Cole. Is it a bike?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we can say it's a bike. Yeah, let's say it's a bike.
It's a
Vespa bike. Yeah. A bike with an engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cute. Good job. Hi, Jan Eric. Welcome back. So let me know in the chat who is using for illustrations Photoshop and Illustrator at the same time. Like who likes to mix, vector content coming from Illustrator, maybe adding texture to Photoshop, which is a good style to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let us know in the chat who is doing that, and maybe you have some artworks to share with us. Laura is doing that. Cool.
Yeah, I think that's how
Uduval is only using Photoshop.
Ponzi works. This stuff's so good. It's all like vector, but like
what's his name?
Really textured.
Adriano?
Emiliano.
Oh,
Emiliano. Yeah. I think Ponzi, or it starts with a P for
Ponzi,
sure.
maybe. Yeah.
Very, very talented, and I'm pretty sure it's vector, and then he adds textures to it.
Oh yeah, Emiliano Ponzi. Wow, that was great.
Yeah, he's amazing. He, I remember one year he won all the major illustration competition awards, and I just saw his work all over New York.
Yeah, we had also a guest on Adobe Live. Her name is Marilla Cruchy. Her nickname is Cruciform, and she's also using this technique. So I can show you. Oh, actually, she did this illustration live on the stream.
Oh my God, that's so amazing!
And starting from a sketch and then adding the texture in Photoshop.
That's a sketch. That's crazy.
And she did a book. Where is it? With cabans. Yeah, but this type of work is really. This is the type of work she really likes.
Oh man, that's
mixing
amazing.
architecture and yeah. If you want to watch her process, there is a replay somewhere on the Creative Cloud YouTube channel. This is where you can watch all the replays of previous Adobe Live episodes. We have someone asking, why don't you do the first sketch on paper or the scripting? Well, it works on Cintiq too.
Yeah.
It works well.
Why not?
And you don't have to scan.
Don't have to scan it. Yeah, I never got good at separating the line art from the white background. So I was like, why bother? Why not just do this? Okay, I have another. There's the mouse. I have another reference photo
Okay.
I want to add.
And we have Jude in the chat.
Is this one?
He shared that with us. He's watching the stream, and he's also
Oh, wow.
working on the same technique. Like vectors in Illustrator and
Man,
adding
that's-
texture in Photoshop.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, great style. Good job. I hope you will enter the contest today and make an illustration based on bags.
Oops.
We have a question for you. So for learning drawing and practicing it, what is the best way that you would recommend? Is it good to practice drawing from pictures or from real models? Do you have any preference?
I mean, drawing from live models is honestly like the best way to do it. It's not always like feasible. That's what Leyendecker would do. He would like pay his models to pose for like hours and hours, and he would paint them by candlelight. And he would, I read a book about him.
A lot of candles.
What's that?
A lot of candles.
Yeah, a lot of
wax.
candles. And he would like slather oil all over them, so they would have this like
For the reflection?
shine. Yeah, they would like be really shiny, and then he would paint them really shiny.
Wow.
That's how he got the Leyendecker look that everyone was so crazy about.
Interesting.
But yeah, definitely like working from live models is the best way, just because you get a much better feeling for like the geometry of like the figures and the shapes of like the forms. But I mean, photographs work. I would just say if you're working from photographs, have like a lot of photographs. And definitely if you're learning, I would say go for figure drawing. That's the best way to learn the human body, is like doing figure drawing with live models.
So Powell in the chat is asking for a recommendation for a program like Design Doll, but for macOS. Actually, Powell, you should check Adobe Fuse. It's part of Creative Cloud, and it will help you like bring 3D models and change the position, and you can render with any light.
Yeah.
And turn it around directly in Photoshop.
Yeah, my friend Justin.
He's using that.
Yeah, he was showing me some really cool like animation stuff he was doing.
Oh yeah,
with,
you can animate too. Yeah.
The 3D models in Fuse. It looked really cool.
But you can use Fuse as a reference to Powell, and it works on macOS and Windows. So. Terrence is asking, is this guy descending the stairs? It's more like
It's just relaxing.
Yeah, just relaxing.
You know,
enjoying
weird,
the view.
contorted way. It's one of those fine art poses where someone's relaxing in a really uncomfortable position. But it looks cool. Hopefully that's...
Hopefully. Let us know.
That's how people... Let us know in the comments.
It looks cool.
Is this cool? Do you guys like this?
On a scale from 1 to 10, how cool is it?
Maybe I should draw some cool things on him so people know that he's cool.
Yeah, to make sure he's cool.
Yeah. Some sunglasses. What are other cool things? I can't think of anything.
Chilling on the stairs. Yeah, Zara, that's it.
Chilling on the stairs. Yeah.
Do you want them to find... you got a 9, so that's okay. From 1 to 10.
How cool.
It's a 9 cool.
It's a 9. That's perfect. That's exactly what
that's
I was
what we
aiming
need.
for.
9.99. Okay, thank you, Munir. We're almost at 10. Okay, getting there. It's just a sketch, so...
I like it because it's like,
At
it's
the
nice,
end, yeah.
but
On
it's
Thursday
not
we'll
like...
be at 10. So do you want them to find a name for your illustration? They can work on a name.
Oh, yeah.
Be creative.
That sounds great.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah, let's be creative in the chat. Let's find a name for this illustration.
I just found out that you can use the space bar to scrub around. It's changed my life. It's so amazing.
Yeah, and just found out. Yeah, I love how we find features, that has been
yeah.
introduced like 10 years ago, and you just discover them. You're like, oh no.
That's my relationship with Photoshop. It's just like
full of them.
finding new things that make my life so much easier.
There's a funny one. Like if you look at the background layer, how do you unlock a background layer? How do you do?
Right click.
You do right
go
click.
Layer from background. Okay.
Okay, can you undo?
Yeah.
Okay, click on the lock. Here we go.
What? Wow. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, I should come here more often.
Every week.
Yeah.
Okay, we have some ideas. They say Mr. Miami or Monsieur Miami.
Mr. Miami.
Yeah, we have the aesthetic of chill. Okay, why not? The aesthetic of
That's
chill.
good. I like that.
Artist descending a fire escape. Okay, Heidi. Darina is proposing me, my thoughts, and I. Okay.
I should give him a boombox.
Bastien contemplates Thursday. Okay, Mike.
I love that.
It's very precise.
That's awesome.
It's another story. Upstairs. Okay, excellent. Stop and stare. Okay. Good one, Eric.
This is great. I wish.
Make it a venti. That's good. Finding Horizon. That's good. Zeus in Manhattan. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, it opens to...
That's evocative.
Yeah. It's a whole new story now. Ah, yeah. The Thankful Man. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of puns in the chat. A lot of puns. They like to play with words.
A lot of what?
Puns. Like...
Oh.
Yeah. They like to play with words in the chat.
People having fun.
Another name, In Pursuit of Inspiration. Oh, Adriana.
What was it? I missed it.
In Pursuit of Inspiration.
Oh, that's great.
That's good. Wind in my hair. Okay, we try something crazy, okay? Don't be scared. Wind in my hair.
That was a good announcer voice.
Does it work?
Yeah. It's like
Did you? No, it didn't work. Okay, I need the headset. I'll try again. Wind in my hair.
This is awesome.
Okay. DJ Michael. Yeah, the sound effects are back. Heidi, don't worry.
DJ.
There we go.
Okay. At this point, I'm just gonna reduce this and then start a more finished line layer. What's that? Someone say something funny? Vanilla Sky.
Yeah. Sometimes they call me Creative Cloud. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Cloud. The first name. Creative Cloud.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Hi Suzanne, thanks for joining. So he's using a Cintiq 22 HD with Photoshop CC 2018. The brand new one. Make sure to update. Make sure to check the new brushes window. It's a new way, a new panel to organize your brushes. And if you're a Creative Cloud member, you have access to all Kai's brushes. So hundreds of professional brushes just for Creative Cloud members. If you're not a Creative Cloud member, I will invite you to enter the contest to get a chance to win a 1-year Creative Cloud subscription. So the contest is for today. Okay. Is to create an illustration with Photoshop and Illustrator. It's inspired by Roman's work, so you import a picture of a bike that you can find anywhere on the web, and you start drawing an illustration on top of this bike, and you share the link to this illustration, to this picture with us in the chat. And during the show, we will feature your entries. And at the end of the show, we will ask Corey, which one do you prefer? And you can win a Creative Cloud subscription.
Very excited. Oh, I want to win a Creative Cloud subscription.
Yeah, I can give you one.
Oh, man.
You're so nice.
This is awesome.
Yeah, for the game, you just have to ask me. If you're
Okay.
nice,
That's
just
great.
ask.
Yeah. That'll be in the Christmas card I send you every year.
Yeah,
Ask you for it.
yeah, every year. Hi, Happy New Year. Can I have a Creative Cloud subscription?
Please.
Luca, if you want to use Illustrator CC, yeah, you can. 2017, if you want, but you can update. Just update. Oh, no, they're asking me in the chat. No, you have to be a guest on
up?
Adobe Live.
What?
No, they all want Creative Cloud
no.
subscription. Come on.
Oh, no. Did you bring it up for the rest of the class?
Yeah. So you
Wait.
flip the canvas again.
Yeah. If you want to keep moving steps back, is it Option Shift Z?
I think so. You
Or
can check in the
Apple
edit menu. It will let you know.
In the where what?
Edit. If you don't remember the shortcut, step backward. Yeah,
Okay. What does that mean? I don't speak Mac.
I think it's this one.
Okay.
No. Is it selected?
Did I?
Yeah. Are you on this? Okay, let's see. Oh yeah. Open this story. No. Oh, what's happening?
Huh.
Maybe it's your shortcut. Your crazy shortcut.
I broke it.
Yeah. Does Photoshop CC have the halftone brushes? Yes, MWC, because they have been created by Kyle, so you can access them. I've tried them yesterday, actually, so I'm sure you can access them in Photoshop CC 2018. The halftone brushes. Have you tried this one? The halftone one?
No,
By
that sounds
Kyle?
awesome.
Okay, I will show you what this is. Okay, I have to launch Photoshop. I will show you in a few minutes what this is. It's very fun.
They're Kyle brushes.
Yeah, but I think he released the halftone less than 1 year ago. A very recent one. Like technically, it was a huge challenge. Okay, I think I have to download them. It's okay. I will show you in 2 minutes.
I'm super excited about this rake
Yeah, the rake.
brushes. Yeah. I'll just make all my stuff look like Victo and Guy. I'm just kidding. I'll never be as good as Victo and Guy.
Yeah, with some practice, who knows?
That's true.
You have time.
You had to start somewhere.
Yeah. So the halfstones brushes by Kyle, so you can download them. So again, if you don't know how you download and install Photoshop CC 2018, you open the new brushes menu panel. This is this one, and here you go on get more brushes, and it's part of the pack. It's somewhere here, halftones.
Whoa.
And they are crazy. So you have a lot, and you can go.
Oh my god.
But you see, it will keep the positioning. So even if I switch to another color, it will still be aligned.
So it's like a pattern.
Yeah, like a pattern, like but on paper, you know?
Gotcha. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and it can be, and you have like several. You can change the size, of course. Here it's like
That looks like a
super big. but it's-
Lego.
Yeah, it can be. And play with the size.
Wow, that's super cool.
Yeah, it's super nice. Yeah, all these brushes are really new ways to just express yourself in Photoshop. Yeah, again, make sure to install and try Photoshop CC 2018 and access all these amazing brushes if you're a member of Creative Cloud.
Yeah.
Who is a member of Creative Cloud and who is not in the chat? Just to, like a quick survey. Just to understand who is watching. Nathan is asking, oh, Mariam, you're a member, cool. Laura, okay, member. Wow, a lot of members, good. Nathan was asking, are all the guests using the same Cintiq? Yeah, we just have one installed. They're actually almost all using the same computer.
It's a very nice computer.
Yeah, it's a nice one, except Jenny, she was using her own MacBook Pro, but we just, you just plug the Cintiq, we installed the new drivers, it took 2 minutes and it worked. Glenn says, I joined CC when it first rolled out. Wow, 2012, nice.
What's that? What?
We have someone who joined Creative Cloud in 2012, like the very first version.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, when I joined, it like made my life so much easier.
Yeah, me too.
It's just so good having access to like all of the things. It's amazing. And it's cool because there are like effects and like After Effects that I'll like use on
exactly.
a 2D image and then like bring it back into Photoshop. It's like so great.
And that maybe you will use like 7 days in the year, but at least
exactly.
at least it's there. Like
yeah, definitely.
you don't have to worry about how can I install After Effects, or it's just for 1 week. So Bernard is asking, what tablet do you recommend to draw? It's a good question. I would say that I guess we all started with a very cheap tablet. I know, yeah, like with a
I did have a bamboo. At
yeah,
one point,
Wacom bamboo. Like, so maybe the evolution it depends on your budget too. But if you want to start with a bamboo, I think it's like $60. No, it's really not expensive.
Yeah, something like that.
And then you have the Intrus Pro, which gives you more pressure level. It's way more precise. You have the tilt also, and then the Cintiq is really the best because you directly draw on the screen, like it's like drawing on paper. When with a tablet, you draw on a horizontal plane and you're watching your screen on vertical plane. I mean, it takes some time to adjust everything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Having those other tablets made me appreciate the Cintiq a lot more. Am I being really slow? What time is it? I have no concept of time.
It's 1:45. Okay, we have 2 more entries. We have one which is very conceptual, very abstract.
Whoa!
Just a few shapes.
I see it though. I see the
yeah,
bike.
we
That's
see the
amazing.
bike.
Yeah,
It's a bike.
That's a bike.
Or glasses. Yeah, or sunglasses
I thought it was a cat
with eyebrows.
first.
Like,
Yeah.
no, it's a bike. I'm sure it's a bike.
Yeah, it's definitely a bike.
Good job, we're kidding. And I think Ariel shared this one with a bike rolling on his face.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Good job.
I like the line quality there
Yeah.
in the face. That's good.
Good mix of, it's very clean bike with this illustration.
Yeah, it feels like a pen brush or something.
Yeah. Katy Daike, if you want to share your work with Creative Cloud files, so with Creative Cloud you have a Creative Cloud folder where you can share create public links of your assets. So you can export to PNG or JPEG and just copy paste the public link with us in Creative Cloud. Hey, Elsie Finch, good to see you. Long time no see. We have someone asking you, have you tried drawing with mobile apps, on iPad or
Really briefly, I
just to try it out?
Yeah, because my partner was doing like a podcast conference where she had to do covers for podcasts like on the fly.
Oh, like live sketching.
Yeah,
it's
and
not easy.
they gave her an iPad. So I like messed around with it. It seems like
is it the iPad Pro with the
yes,
Apple
the iPad
Pencil?
Pro. It wasn't Adobe Sketch. It was a different program.
Yeah, there are a lot of. But there is Photoshop Sketch. There is Illustrator Draw also.
Yeah.
When you have more like you create vectors with Draw, so you have very clean line. And Sketch
awesome.
is like sketching on paper. It's exactly what you're doing now.
Yeah. Yeah, I was I feel like the fact that they're like Kyle's brushes are on Adobe
Photoshop Sketch,
or Photoshop Sketch, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it a no-brainer to me.
Okay, so now you're creating a new layer and you're trying to find do you draw on top of your sketch or to find the perfect
Yeah.
line? Yeah.
Sometimes I keep the original sketch just because I like how
okay, but then you
messy it looks.
You start over in a new layer.
Yeah. So I just kind of like layer line drawings and then I end up making that look like it's the underpainting kind of like of an oil painting or something.
Mm-hmm. Looks good.
Huh?
Looks good.
Thanks. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I tuned out there for a second. It's just like I feel like human faces are always end up being like the thing people's like eyes go to first. So it's like
Yeah.
you want to concentrate and like make sure it's
Make sure it looks like a human.
a human. Yeah. You don't want some lopsided fake human.
And we have 2 new entries. One by Elsie Finch. Draw on a bike. Different type of bike.
People are getting very loose with
Yeah.
their interpretation of
With
the
the
word
context.
bike. I love
Nice.
that though. That's great.
And this one, super cute.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
That's definitely up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Good job. It's a real picture of a bike.
Yeah,
You
I
can
really
tell.
like
it's
how
a real picture and with the perspective, and it's not easy.
yeah, I like how people are like stylizing them and integrating it in the illustration. It's
Yeah, the
really
last
well
one
done.
was by Veronica. Good job, Veronica. Awesome.
Good job, Veronica.
So someone is asking, you mentioned that you are asked to do illustrations of things that happen in the news. From
Yeah, I do a lot
magazines,
of,
editorial. Yeah.
I do a lot of editorial, yeah.
So what is the process? Like, how does it work? Like, when they contact you, how long, like, how much time do you have? What is the brief?
It really depends. Some companies have been like, we need this in like 2 days, and other companies are like, yeah, if you can get us sketches like next month, and then do the finish like 2 months later.
Yeah.
And then I like forget that I like even have that job. I just scramble at the last minute to do it. But yeah, an art director will be like, hey, here's the article, this is what it's about, and then sometimes they're like, these are our ideas for it, or they're just like, what are your ideas? Like, what do you want to do? And then I just like send them a bunch of sketches, which I like doing. Sometimes it's nice if I'm really busy or something, to just have the art director like tell me what they want, because it's like, oh great, I don't have to think about anything, just paint what they're asking me to paint.
Soto is asking, do you have an agent?
I do, yeah. Yeah, you talked to them.
I know you have.
Yeah, Debut Arts, they're so great. They're very nice people. It's crazy.
Did you start right away having an agent, or it's something that came after?
It's something that came after. I graduated from UArts in 2015, I think, and then I was working full-time doing design in-house. And then I was like, I want a change. I want to be like doing this all the time. So I just started contacting art directors. Oh my god, that's awesome. I just started contacting art directors, or not art directors, different agencies. Yeah, and Debut Arts and 2 other ones got in touch with me, and Debut Arts was like, seemed by far like the best candidate. Yeah.
I want you, Corey, in my crew.
It's crazy because they have like.
So she represents a lot of illustrators.
Yeah, they have like 140 illustrators or something, but I mean they're really great. I don't know how they like give everyone the attention they deserve, but they're really good about it. I love all my agents at Debut.
Okay, we have a new crazy entry. I think it's on paper, but maybe I'm wrong. Let us know. I wanted you to use Photoshop. It looks like a picture, but
yeah.
Amsterdam coffee. It's a bike on a well.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
Happens all the time in Amsterdam, you know. And just 7 minutes for Adobe Live. Let's see a bit more. Thank you, Dimitri. Cool. So it was the first iteration of Dimitri, and then he added the reflection.
Oh, cool.
See?
Yeah.
It's a bit more.
Yeah, I like both versions.
With Illustrator. Good job.
Awesome. It's going to take so long on this. I feel like
someone was asking like
the next part
or saying that the character is very important in your composition. So I guess you have to spend time on this to make sure that the character is right, because this is what people will look at first.
Yeah. I don't know. My backgrounds always tend to be pretty simple, but like realistic. So I feel like it's good to have a visually interesting figure.
Like the people from the college asking you, how do you like San Francisco?
What's that? It's great. It's so beautiful. There's a lot more skyscrapers than I thought there would be. I don't know why I thought San Francisco was flatter. I was wrong.
Yeah, there is the financial district with a lot of skyscrapers, and there is a new one.
There's a new one?
Yeah, which is very high. That you can see, like there is one building which is way higher than the other one.
Oh, cool.
I think as high as the Empire State Building.
Wow.
So, yeah, you cannot miss this one. It's not over. Like you can see, it, the top is still under construction.
Oh, wow. So it's going to be even bigger.
Hi, Mark. Is it direct or live now? Yeah. Nous sommes en direct. Is it direct now? It sounds French, Mark. Okay, where are you from? From Spain. Ah. Thanks for joining. Yeah, we are live with Corey. He's working on illustration. He's live with us today. He will be back tomorrow. Same time for 2 hours, and also on Thursday. So you will see the full process. Tomorrow he will work in Illustrator, working with a 3D in Illustrator. And on Thursday he will mix everything, add some texture, and we will have this amazing illustration. We're still looking for the name.
I hope it's amazing.
Oh, Mark is from Barcelona. Okay, Mark. It's a mess in your country these days. It's a mess in Barcelona.
Oh, yeah.
Adobe Live, we were live from Barcelona in May, I think, from Off. It's a conference, design conference in Barcelona. It's my favorite one.
Why is it your favorite one?
Because it's you have like 5,000 creatives coming from all over Europe, and you only have 2 stages. So the main stage with a speaker, so one new speaker every hour. It's over 3 days. And the other one is for, it's a room with maybe 500 seats, and for upcoming designer, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's so inspiring. Like you have amazing talks, and
That's awesome.
the venue is awesome. You can also go outside,
Yeah.
have a drink, and watch on the screen. I mean, the experience is just the best.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Hi, Mateus, watching us from Brazil. Thanks for. He says, "Great job."
Oh, thank you.
Great job from Brazil.
That's so nice.
And yeah, so keep active in the chat. Okay, be active in the chat, because in about a few minutes we will pick someone in the chat asking good questions. But this is a script, so we randomly pick someone, and maybe you will get the 3 illustrations. So Mr. T by Robzilla, the swimming pool by Jingwei, and the travel tags by Christine Herring. The 3 illustrations have been created live on Adobe Live, exactly what Corey is doing now. And maybe you can win them. So be active, say something in the chat. You can say hello. Okay, if you are not sign in with your Adobe ID, and make sure to say something. Or you can ask a question, but be very active for the upcoming, let's say, next 2 minutes, and we will pick someone. And yes, Isoto, if you won Creative Cloud, you can win a poster. You cannot win Creative Cloud twice the same year. That's the...
No.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Adobe
Just,
said
like, roll
no.
over.
We tried and they say no.
Sorry, hands are tied.
Yes, Nicola, we're using Photoshop 2018 with the new brushes panel.
It's awesome.
Hi, Ricky, you're active. Okay, that's good. Hi, Miguel from Dominican Republic. Josephine is asking, will there be a new contest tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow it will be a new theme. So again, there will be a theme, and you have to be inspired by one of the illustration by one of our guests, but you will discover the theme and the illustration tomorrow.
So people don't like do it ahead of time.
No,
Right.
they do it live, like you.
Yeah, we're all in this together, guys.
Zara, you can win Creative Cloud with the contest, not with the chat. Can you give us a hint about the new theme? Catty, no, I can't because I still need to find it. Hi, Paul. Thanks for the nice feedback. The feed is always so fast. It's fast because we want you to get a chance to win the posters. Okay, in 30 seconds we will pick someone.
Okay. A lot of pressure.
Okay. Oh my God, we will try the new iPad prompter. I see Gus. Okay. Okay, I see the name of the winner. This is coming. And the winner is Miguel Ulloa. Ooh,
Hey,
Miguel. Congratulations, Miguel Ulloa. You will receive a private message on Behance.
Confetti comes down.
Yeah. I should work on that. At least a fake one, like a fake. We can do it with the software.
Like a filter, yeah.
So many things. Okay. Good job, Miguel. Let us know where you're from. Miguel? He's like, whoa, thanks.
I think I have to get one of these.
I think he was the one saying he's from Dominican Republic, if I remember well. Awesome. We get some good design from Dominican Republic. Oh yeah, here we go. You're from Dominican Republic. Francisco Bombino. Hello from San Francisco. Hey, we're in San Francisco too, Francisco. Oh my God. It's a lot of Francisco. And the tallest building is the Salesforce building. Yes. I know. And this week is the Salesforce conference. So we have a lot of people in San Francisco.
What is that?
Salesforce? Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to worry.
Fair enough.
It's a CRM. Do you know what a CRM is?
Country music radio?
Exactly. It's a country music radio. One of
Oh,
the best
really?
one. No.
Oh. I believed you.
Tyler, we're still running the contest, okay? The contest, okay. In the chat to win the prints. So sorry, Miguel, you win the prints. Sorry, I don't know what I said. Maybe I was too excited. But you will receive the posters. And get inspired by Robzilla, Jingwei, and Christine Herring. And who knows, maybe this will become a poster too. We will see.
We'll see.
We'll see. We're not there yet, Corey. 2 feet. Alexander is asking, is Frisco from San Francisco? Yeah, I saw some people saying that. You can say Frisco. San Fran. Tone from Norway. Wow, cool. Tyler says, so neat to see other people working. Yeah, especially for me, like I don't have to do anything. Just watching Corey. I'm like, come on, Corey.
You have to entertain the people.
Come on, the customer is waiting. We need this illustration on Thursday for the cover of the New York Times. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. You got it. Oh, wow.
Xander is asking, can I stream on Behance? No, Xander. So we are live every week now, every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on behance.net/live with the Adobe Live show. But maybe you can become a guest of Adobe Live. So there is an Adobe Live team in the chat. We have also an Adobe Live account. If you do behance.net/Adobe Live, it's an account, and you can write a message to the Adobe Live team and say, hey, maybe you can feature me, you can invite me, or if you know also designers, motion designers, illustrators that you like, and you would maybe want us to invite, just leave a message in the chat or a private message to Adobe Live. Joe, oh yeah, if you want to use Adobe Photoshop Sketch for the contest, yeah. Of course, yeah, I would be more happy to see what you can do with Photoshop Sketch. It's a good idea.
Okay.
Hi Gustavo, we're using the Cintiq 22 HD. Connected to a Mac Pro with a bottle of water.
It won't work without the water.
No. It's just to cool down the Mac Pro. You know? That's why there was a hole in the center. You know,
Yeah.
you just pour some water.
It's running hot again.
It's very smart. Very good design. The really expensive Cintiq LOL. Yeah, it's an expensive one. We also have a 27 HD, but it's too big. Like
Wait, how big is this?
22, and we have a bigger one.
Wow, this is only 22. It's huge.
There was a 27, but you get sore at the end. Like you cannot move your arm. And,
Yeah. This is honestly so great working this big.
yeah.
This is so much better than the 13-inch. Just gonna give
Step by
Wacom
step by step, Corey.
more and more of my money.
Or maybe they will sponsor you. You should just ask.
Oh,
Just ask them, you know.
Wacom, please sponsor.
Sometimes they're looking for
Thank you very much.
ambassadors.
Yeah.
And yes, you can use CAD brushes in Photoshop Sketch. Yeah. So not all of them, because they have to be optimized for the tablets. Like Photoshop Sketch cannot I think, render all the settings of Photoshop brushes, but there are like some very, very good ones. So Richie, you put your work on Dropbox, for instance, and you share the public link in the chat. You just copy paste the link in the chat. How do you know which one scans? I think there is a blog post about it, Nathan. I'm trying to buy my third Wacom tablet and I have 3 pens already. Wow.
What's that? What'd they say?
Like someone has 3 Wacom tablets. So
I have 2.
You have 2. Oh, okay.
I think I'm gonna get a third one.
Jessica is asking, how do you create your own brushes with Photoshop?
Oh, that's fun.
I guess you start from an existing one, usually. Or
Yeah, you can start from an existing one. You can also like just draw a shape and turn it into a brush.
oh yeah.
I haven't done that in a while. I'm so set in my ways now. You could do like this.
So any shape.
Yeah, anything that's gonna give you like a crazy texture. That's gonna be really hard. Usually you wanna have like a little transparency.
Oh yeah.
Some parts that
Oh.
like, aren't.
Okay.
Where do you go from there? That's a really good question. Define brush preset.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, so
Go
you go
to
to edit,
define
define
brush
brush
preset.
preset, and you give it a
Say-
fun name.
Okay.
Say okay,
Oh, it's ready.
and you go to brush. You can do all the
And after you can enter the settings of the brush and yeah, change not only the size, but
yeah.
you have multiple settings. How it reacts to pressure, tilt.
Yeah, usually having the spacing low is good for custom brushes, so you don't have like. 'Cause if you do that, you just have like gaps like that, which can be a cool effect.
Mhm.
But if you want it to look like a paint brush stroke,
Oh, I see.
moving down the spacing is good, and then turning on shape dynamics is good. Have like the size based on pen pressure by
Mhm.
going to shape dynamics, pen pressure, and you can change what the minimum diameter is. So if you like don't want it to end in a super fine point, it would be like that. So like this will be the smallest, but then you can make it bigger. Yeah, it's super good. Another thing I like to do when I'm doing color is to have a little saturation jitter, which is nice. It gives it kind of like a blended paint feel. So it's like each stroke is going to be like a slightly different like saturation level. So it sort of looks like you're like using mixed paint instead of just having like a solid static color. You can also do hue jitter, which kind of does the same thing, but that can be like a little wonkier. If I like really bump it up, you can see what I'm talking about. Maybe not. Oh, wow. This has been on pin light the whole time. Yeah, there you go. That, you can see what I mean from that.
Oh yeah.
And that's a little over the top. So I would say like if you have it at like 10%, that's good. And it makes it look
nice.
like you're using kind of mixed paint, which is nice for that painterly feel. I'm gonna go back to the brush I had because this is a weird brush that I made. This brush is actually based off of one of Kyle's oil painting brushes.
Oh, nice.
It's nice because it has like kind of a soft edge, but it's also textured. So I just like lock in a solid color
Okay.
to be the baseline, and then like add highlights and different hues from there. Highlights and shadows.
Okay, so we have a few more entries for our contest. We have this one.
Oh wow! Oh man,
Send
that's
the picture
beautiful.
on that.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. We have Dare to Dream.
That's awesome.
Cool
Oh my
lettering.
god, I'm not gonna be able to pick something. These are
That's
so
really
good.
tough. This one is just crazy.
Oh, that's great too. That's super fun.
This one,
Aw, I like that cut
the
paper
legs,
look.
yeah, and very nice. And this one still more abstract entries.
Oh, I like the abstract ones.
Yeah. Good job. Hi Isaac, yeah, there's a contest going on. Just check the contest tab on behance.net/live and you'll see how to enter. As you can guess, you have to be inspired by bikes today, so you can use Photoshop and Illustrator, import a picture of a bike and draw an illustration on top of it. Share the link in the chat and you can win a Creative Cloud subscription. We'll ask at the end of the show, Corey, which one do you prefer? It will be very hard.
Will be. They're all really good. I know people that have interns that do this step.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blocking
You don't
in the
have
solids. I don't have interns. I think that's more a thing for like comic book making, because you just have to like do so much of this. For me, I'm only doing like 1 or 2 figures a piece, so I can do it myself. And also, I could never afford an intern. Someday. Squad goals.
Mark is asking who is Roman in the contest. So Roman was our first guest. So the illustration that you see in the contest tab is by Raymond Murdoff, who is our first guest. He will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, I was watching his live stream. He's amazing.
He has a very, he used a very, niche technique this morning. Like using a lot of the lasso, just 2 colors,
Yeah.
2 layers, and okay, let's go for it.
Yeah, I like how shape-based it was. It's cool because it it's very abstract, but it all clearly thinks a lot about how he represents things.
Corey, Rosina is asking you, what was one of your first projects that you were really proud of?
For a client or in general?
Or
I think for a client, I got a New Yorker illustration really early on, which was really cool. I was really proud of that when that happened. In terms of how it turned out, there's one that I really love, but I don't think I can talk about it yet because it's not out.
it's coming. The next one.
But one I just finished recently is my current favorite one. And I think it was my favorite one because it was just a huge...
Is it the one with Stranger Kids? With this one, or?
I really like how that one turned out. That's probably my second favorite one.
It's in the top 3.
Yeah, top 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that one because I feel like that's one of the first times I've tried to get a little looser and more expressive with figures, which is something I've been struggling with a lot, but I feel like I'm making a little progress step by step.
Yeah. Rosina says that having an illustration in the New Yorker is also a life goal for her.
So it was amazing.
That was a good step,
yeah. Oh my God. That's my partner, Jamila. She's saying hi. Hi, sweetie. I love you so much.
Is she the one on the picture?
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
Oh my
Jamila,
God. But if she's there, who's there?
Yeah, my God. It's so weird. You've been on the screen for 2 hours, Jamila. And he didn't tell you.
No, I asked. Well, she asked if I was going to use it, and then I said yeah. And then she said, great.
Someone was asking just before who is the model. So there you go. She's in
Jamila
the chat.
Walgren, also a really amazing illustrator. In addition to my partner.
So you want some details about Jamila's wife? I have some details now.
What?
So she took a bath and she was watching Adobe Live on her phone. But when you're on the phone, you cannot chat. So she was watching you. And then to chat...
Wait, where are you reading this?
No, I have a webcam also, at your place. And and then she went through her desktop and and there was water everywhere in the house. That's what she said. But now she can chat because she's...
That's great. Wait, there was water in the house? What happened?
Yeah, just on the floor, it's okay.
Okay. There wasn't a flood, was there?
Somebody's asking, is your arm getting tired? This is live, so you're no break, non-stop working on the Cintiq.
No. It's funny, someone was asking Roman this morning.
Same thing.
No, they were asking if his Wacom nibs ever get worn down really fast, and mine do, because I do this, and this is a very good way to just ruin your stylus.
some people are asking for portfolio reviews. So we do some portfolio reviews tomorrow. So make sure to come back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait.
Why not?
Who reviews the portfolios? Do we?
You will.
Oh, that's awesome.
You will, Corey.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Sophie too. We'll read you some portfolios.
Sorry, this is probably not super exciting.
Jamila says, wow, it's so weird. I never knew you blocked in the figure in one color. She's also
It's true.
She's also discovering your creative process. Yeah.
I do other colors on top of it, which I will get to in a second.
Ah, getting there.
I just have to tediously finish this part. So yeah, I feel like this is like where having the saturation jitter like can help, just because like it looks like painted in instead of just like one solid color.
We have Josephine in the chat saying that maybe you should rotate the canvas so you don't have to. They're taking care of you.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate
they're very
that.
worried
That's
about
good
your
advice.
arm. Yeah. He's strong. He's strong. He's very
No, I do hand stretches. Keeps my wrist limber.
So we're still live with Corey for about like 25 minutes.
Oh my god.
And then, yeah. And then we will welcome Sophie. She will be back with Kathleen.
Okay. I'm about to get to a part that's useful. Shape's a little more interesting.
So we have Lux Barton watching and saying that he's a high school student.
Hi.
So say, okay, what kind of school should I do to draw like this?
What kind of school?
Yeah, that's a question from Lux. If there is a school.
Yeah, I mean, everything I learned was basically my anatomy professor at UArts, Roberto Asti. Super good. So move to Philadelphia and go to UArts.
Yeah.
Get Roberto Asti.
Just move to Philadelphia. Not a big deal.
Great. Great city.
And ask for the same teacher.
Yes, yeah, that's very important. Okay. So, got that shape. And now I command click on the layer to select it, and command shift on the, oops, I don't want that. Just command shift the solid, and then put it in a group, and make the mask on the group, the little mask icon, the selection. And then that's good because I can just like get a lot sloppier because I've got this like defined
so
shape
you can
on top.
only paint inside the character now.
Yeah.
I see.
Let's see.
with color too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can just do this. And I've got my jeans.
Okay, we had 4 more entries, Corey. It will be tough.
Can I see?
Yeah, that's the first one.
That's great.
Ready for the Olympics, with a helmet. With this one.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
That's
I like the
awesome.
style. Yeah.
I like the perspective on that bike.
Yeah, good job.
Extreme. That's awesome.
Extreme.
Should be a Mountain Dew ad.
And we have a cat.
That cat is amazing. I love that cat.
Look at the flat tire.
Oh, that's so cool.
Even the tire is
So
sad.
much character. Yeah, it's a very sad cat.
Good job. Keep sharing. In about 15, 17 minutes, we will ask Corey which one he prefers. So an opportunity for you to maybe get a 1-year Creative Cloud subscription. Then we will welcome Sophie for 2 hours, and you will have 2 more hours to submit an entry to the contest. We ask you to create an illustration based on the bike. So we'll see what's going on. We'll see what happens. It's a t-shirt.
Hmm?
A t-shirt. Right? Working on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just decided. So, okay. And the model has a t-shirt too. Okay, it makes sense. Here we go. We have Jamila. She's giving expert like pro tips about Photoshop in the chat. She knows Photoshop very well. I can tell. She's explaining the difference between.
For me.
Yeah, she's explaining the difference between a clipping mask and a layer mask when it comes to opacity.
Yeah. So yeah, having it's good that she brings that up.
Yeah.
Having a mask on the group is really good because then that like opens you up to using clipping masks on like individual layers inside the group, but like the overall shape will like stay intact.
Hi, and Eric. So the initial 3D model, I think he used, what was the name of the software again for the?
That was Design Doll.
Yeah, Design Doll, but we were just talking that, yeah, you can definitely use Adobe Fuse,
Yeah.
which is part of Creative Cloud, to do the same.
I'm gonna try that.
The advantage of Fuse is that it's on both Windows and Mac, which is cool.
Oh, it's still on Pinlight. It's weird.
Yeah, Mark, it's 2 p.m. in San Francisco. Question from Isoto, more on the business side of being an illustrator. Like as a freelance, do you charge by the hour, or do you have a flat fee per illustration? How does it work?
Really depends on the client. sometimes some clients just have like bigger budgets than others. Editorial, it can really vary, but I don't know. I mean, I think that like you should be shooting for like 25 an hour or higher. I think that's like a good minimum for illustration because it's very technically advanced work that you're doing. But then sometimes, I mean, like the projects are just like really good and you're like fine with having a smaller budget. Generally though, I think it never hurts to ask for more money from art directors. Like the worst that'll happen is that they just say it's not in the budget and everyone moves on with their life.
We have Kiamaka asking you, is Illustrator or Photoshop better to use in terms of coloring and inking your artwork? What do you think?
I used to actually use Illustrator because the lines were a lot smoother, but I think that like now like tablets are so good and like Photoshop interprets them so well that like Photoshop is better.
Okay.
It's just more versatile. But I mean, if you're working on a project that needs to be like reproduced at a really large scale, Illustrator's still the way to go.
Ahmad, you say, wish you could include architecture creators as well. Yeah, give me more details, Ahmad, on your request. Do you want us to invite architects? It's something we could do one day. Anne is asking you, how do you choose your colors? Like, do you have any process, or you just pick colors?
I just have colors that I like
that you
use
like?
so much, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, oh, I'll just
Just
do that
use
again. I like that. But yeah, I mean, just get really into Pinterest.
Okay.
If you want inspiration with colors. I think every illustrator should have a very comprehensive Pinterest. It's very, very helpful for making aesthetic choices. Okay. So, oops. The next part is interesting. Let's see, where's the Finder? I used to have a Mac, but now
What do you
don't
need?
know what I'm doing.
Looking for your hard drive? Like
Yeah.
passport. Yeah, here we go.
So, there's this really great website called Lost and Taken, which I can definitely recommend. It's just like a huge library of textures.
Oh.
And I use them like all the time in my work. They're like a great resource.
So is it what you use for what you were talking about, the gritty aspect? You just apply a huge texture and
yeah, definitely.
interesting.
Yeah, it's super helpful.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think I want to make it a little more on the blue side. So I like to set my So this is for the shadow layer. So what I'm gonna do is I've dropped this into the group, and it's like following the lines of the mask, because masks are great. And then I'm going to add a mask to the texture as well and invert it so it's gone.
Okay.
And then with set it to 70. Yeah, 70's good. With the mask selected, I turn on the brush, make sure it's on white, and then I just start painting in the shadows that way.
Okay.
So you get like it
Texture,
seems like it
it should be
almost like
textured shadow directly.
Yeah,
Wow.
It makes it look like you're doing like a wash or some other kind of painted thing. Depending on which texture you use, you can make it look like it's acrylic or anything like that. I have an acrylic texture that I use. What is this blending brush like? Oh, no, I don't like that.
Is it the one you created or no?
Are there Kyle blenders?
Blenders. I know. You want us to check?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go in the brush menu here.
Okay.
Yeah. You have Corey's. I think that I installed some. So which one is the Impressionist and the first one?
That's
Oh.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. So the thing about this is that it's gonna make the shadows look really gross. Like it looks kind of just like adding like black to any color, which always like has kind of a weird effect. So a lot of times at this point, what I like to do, just because I want it to look nice, like while I'm working on it, is I'll add a gradient map that kind of like unifies the colors and makes the shadows and the highlights all kind of a little bit more consistent. And I have a few saved that I use regularly. And you just go to layer, new adjustment layer, gradient map.
Oh yeah.
And then, so what you can do from that point is either have it set on normal, and then that's gonna do some like funky things to the blacks in your piece, which you might like, and that can be like a cool effect. Or you can set it to color so that it doesn't affect the values. It just
Nice.
changes what the hue of the blacks and the highlights are. And I think that this is a really awesome feature for illustration, and it's really good for like making palettes feel unified. I forgot to give him an eyebrow. When I do figures, I usually on top of the colors have a layer where I'm just sort of like emphasizing the super darkest shadows, which are usually consistently in like the same place on the face. Like they'll be on the eyelashes and like the little I don't even know what you call this, but the little crook of the like eyelid, like this thing here.
Okay.
And the eyebrow and the nostrils and the bottom of the upper lip.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's good because those are usually the blackest parts of the face, so it's good to have them be like established as the darkest area. Let's see. I don't have super good reference for the shading on this face, but I can just kind of fudge it.
And you're using, multiply. So,
Yeah, so the texture is on a multiply layer.
okay.
Looks kind of gross still. I can colorize it.
And if you want to submit your entry, you still have like 3 minutes, so be fast.
Oh man, I can't wait to see them.
And in 3 minutes, we'll review all the entries and we'll ask Corey which one he prefers. So you would say that you shouldn't hesitate to use a lot of contrast. I mean, when you work on shadow, just go.
What's that?
Like you add a lot of contrast when you work on shadows. Like you don't hesitate to start working with very strong shadows.
No, I think it's a lot of times people get bogged down in like details, and I think where you want to start with shadows is you want to have like a very clear separation of light and dark. Because if you just like spend all your time like trying to paint in all the little details, you're going to make people look very old and also make the painting look very muddy.
Oh yeah.
And I think simplicity is key. Just like kind of treat it like a cell shading thing at first, and then add details from there.
Okay.
Is my advice.
And again, Corey will be back tomorrow, same time. He will keep working on this illustration. We're still looking for a good name for this illustration.
I love
We
the
had
ones
some good
that people
proposals,
propose.
but yeah.
Yeah.
And tomorrow we'll also do some portfolio reviews. But in the meantime, it's time to review some entries, Corey.
Okay.
And you have to choose. Okay.
Oh no.
So we ask you to create an illustration with a bike.
Good.
Possibly with a real picture of a bike. You know, it's part of the rules. So I see a real bike here, and this crazy with some lettering. Yeah, it's Adobe.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my god!
I love that.
With very very tiny shoes.
That's good character design.
Yeah.
Always give them tiny feet.
And we have this one, vectorized.
That's very nice.
Yeah, like an icon. Why not?
So is that okay, even though it's not?
It's
a photo?
not really okay. Like,
It's not really okay. It's
It's
really
not
nice,
like
though.
it's nice, but it's not like importing a picture and.
Yeah.
But thanks for sharing. It's good. This one, okay, with a lot of texture, some rust. And then what we have this one also, which is a sketch by Joe, using
Very nice.
Photoshop Sketch on an iPad. Yeah, Joe, I hope you will have more time to finish this illustration because
It's nice.
the idea is very nice concept. I really like it. And remember, we had this one, this one, extreme one. We had the crazy
I love
cat.
that one, but it doesn't have a photo.
This one,
Can
no.
we break the rules?
Oh, doesn't have a photo. It's a good one.
But we have to pick one with a photo, or
Yeah, maybe. We will see.
okay.
This one. We had so many good ones. Dream, very good one.
Very
This
good.
one is crazy.
I like that one.
This one.
That one's good.
We had a lot of geometric shapes today. Oh, we had two.
Geometric's good.
Yeah. This one by Ariel. We had the giraffe. This one too, very cute. And this one, which was drawing on paper, but good. Thanks for sharing. And we had the 7 minutes one. I almost forgot this one.
That's great. I like that one.
7 minutes. And the bike with an engine.
Like,
And this one too.
that one's great.
So, no, it's not easy. And we had so many entries, but
Yeah.
we have to choose one.
I mean, I really like the pig and I really like the cat. I would.
We begin this one. That's the pig.
That one's great.
Which one is the pig?
The Dare to Dream one. That one's good. They're all so good. That's
The pig, yeah.
pig one. Yeah, that one's really awesome.
Yeah, it's very good.
I don't know. I really love that cat.
You love that cat?
Yeah. I kind of. It doesn't have a photo, but I really like that one. I would pick that one.
You would pick that one?
Yeah.
Okay. So we picked. Okay, maybe we can pick two.
Pick two.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one because you really like it, and then one with the photo.
I think the 7-minute one.
You like the 7-minute one? Does it have a
Yeah.
photo though?
I think that's
Ah.
a photo. Did we lose it?
Yeah, it's a photo.
Is it a photo? Okay. Yeah, I really like
By
that one.
Dimitri?
Yeah.
Okay. So congratulations, Dimitri. You get Creative Cloud subscription, and there is a bonus one for our friend John Sullivan. Okay, because you really like
I'm
the.
sorry, they were all
And
really
this is
good.
using
I'm really
the-
sorry.
This is
To
using the
everyone.
halftone brush,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
which
They
is
heard
part
us.
of Creative Cloud now. Because it has been created by Kyle. Good job, yeah. Congratulations,
awesome.
everyone.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was super great.
you can keep working. We have 2 minutes.
Okay, cool. I'll just do what I can.
And Sophie, will join us in about 9 minutes.
Awesome.
She will be live, and she'll be live for 2 hours. Back with Kathleen, so you will have more opportunities to share your illustration with the bike. And tomorrow we have a new theme, so it will be completely different. Maybe it will be someone chilling on stairs.
Yeah, it has to be someone
Yeah.
chilling on stairs.
You will see. You will discover tomorrow. We will update the contest tab on behance.net/live, and you will have the new theme for tomorrow.
It has to use a photo of a bike, but you have to hide it, so we can't find it.
So Corey, what is your plan for tomorrow? How do you feel? What will it be?
What is my plan?
Yeah, for tomorrow. continue working on this and doing some work in Illustrator?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna focus on
Mm-hmm.
the background tomorrow.
And start working on the background using 3D in Illustrator.
Mm-hmm.
And stay tuned because so right after this show, at the top of the hour, in about 7 minutes, we'll welcome Sophie. She's an illustrator based in San Francisco. And if you know, there is a search engine called Google. Have you heard of it? Google? Yeah.
Wait, what? What is
Yeah.
that? I don't know.
And she's one of the illustrator of the Google Doodles, I think.
Oh
that's
my
the
god,
name.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. I was looking at it earlier. It's great.
So if you want to know more about Sophie, the Doodles, her illustrator skills, I don't know what she will be creating. We'll see. It's a surprise. You will discover that in about 7 minutes on behance.net/live, so stay tuned.
This shadow doesn't make any sense.
And if we didn't show your work, we will feature it in the next show, okay? Because you shared a lot of illustrations during this show, so don't worry. We'll feature it. Kathleen will be on it. Okay, Corey.
No, I have to go.
You have to go. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yes, and you cannot stay 8 hours.
Can I say?
You have to leave the Cintiq.
Okay.
Sophie, she needs to
I
work
really
too.
want the Cintiq.
Yeah, make sure to save. It's a good idea.
I'll say that, yeah.
Thanks, Corey. It was awesome. Very
Thank
excited
you.
to,
Yeah,
to
this was
see
really fun.
this illustration on Thursday, like step by step. Thanks for sharing the process. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for sharing your artworks. We had awesome entries and very good questions. Corey will be back same time tomorrow, but stay tuned. In about 5 minutes, we will welcome Sophie and Kathleen. Okay, bye, everyone. Thanks, Corey.
Bye, everyone. Thanks. This was great.